Vincent van Gogh, the 19th century Dutch artist who posthumously became one of the most famous painters of the post-impressionism era and painted over 2,100 paintings, and only sold one in his lifetime, whose life of tragedy and pain has become of interest to filmmakers since his tragic death at only 37 years old. There have been multiple films made about the life of the tortured artist, but two films stuck with me: 1956's Loss of Life and 2017's Loving Vincent. Loss of Life is a live-action film based on the novel of the same name by Irving Stone, containing the many letters Vincent exchanged with his brother, Theo. Let's take a look at the setting. The film uses imagery of Van Gogh's real paintings, such as the Langlois Bridge at Arles and the Night Cafe, as locations of Van Gogh's life. Loving Vincent is an experimental animated film made entirely with a series of oil paintings, also inspired by Van Gogh's paintings in real life. The filmmakers have took immense effort to imitate the strong brushstrokes of Van Gogh's art to make the paintings look as similar as possible, and these paintings are used as the film's establishing shots. Secondly, let's look into the film score. In Loss of Life, the opening music is dramatic and swelling, like it is setting up Vincent's story as an epic, heroic one, full of romance and betrayal. Now let's listen to the opening music to Loving Vincent. The score is more melancholy and dreamlike, which helps set the story of Vincent to be a tragic one, but with a hopeful ending. Thirdly, the storytelling. In the live-action adaptation, the story is told through dialogue between the characters, often with the cast having a conversation in the same shot. Like in this example, where through their conversation, the audience is informed of Vincent and Theo's close relationship and how much Theo cares for Vincent. In the animated version, both Vincent and Theo are deceased, and the film follows Armand Rouland talking to people who knew Vincent in a sort of investigative way. The animation bears similarity to 2001's Waking Life, where the dialogue is rotoscoped and then animated to give the movements some reality. Vincent's story is told through monochromatic flashbacks, giving the film a murder mystery feel that perhaps Vincent did not kill himself. One of the things people remember in Van Gogh's life is the fact that he cut off his ear. In Loss of Life, the falling out of Vincent and Paul Gauguin's friendship is what led to the incident. It happened off-screen, then shows Vincent clutching onto the side of his bloodied head. Vincent and Gauguin's fight is shown briefly in Loving Vincent, then cut straight to Vincent giving his severed ear to a woman. In both scenes, this event is depicted as the height of Vincent's emotional breakdown, as he is seen crying uncontrollably, lamenting on his failures. Then there was Vincent's death. His death is the very ending of Loss of Life, where he spoke his last words to Theo. While in Loving Vincent, his death is the cause of Armand's journey to find out what happened to him. In this version, Vincent's death is shown in parts throughout the film, as told by the people Armand talks to. In both versions, we see Theo greatly affected by his brother's death, though it seems more impactful in Loving Vincent, with the somber tones and Theo's subtle expression. We always thought of Vincent van Gogh's life as a tragic one that ends in his suicide, but in both films conclude with Vincent's own words about death. I saw in this Reaper the image of death, but in this death, nothing is sad. It takes place in broad daylight, with a sun that floods everything with a light of fine gold.